I'm Alexia White, and I chose the rock art of the Chauvet Cave for my favorite artwork video project. Okay, so starting off with some historical context, the Chauvet Cave's home is in France, and the oldest paintings inside are from the Paleolithic age and are roughly 35,000 years old, which was a long time ago. These paintings are actually some of the oldest cave art we have on record. So old, in fact, that the artists of the cave were from the oldest culture of Upper Paleolithic Europe, and they arrived in Europe around 40,000 years ago. They were mainly hunters and gatherers, and we know that they made and used tools and decorative ornaments and even instruments for music. So, they had culture and art and probably stories and myths that put meaning behind this art. Hearts were found in the cave, which suggests that people lived in the caves or at least spent a lot of their daily life within it. So something that makes the Chauvet so special is that rock art is really more rare than material remains. And what I mean by material remains is stuff like tools or bones. But rock art inside caves is actually more rare than rock art exposed to open air, which I found kind of interesting because I expected it to be the other way around. So now on to the actual cave art. The subjects of the paintings or inscriptions were usually animals. One animal that you'll see a lot in the cave is the bear. There's even a spot where a bear skull is displayed in what seems to be maybe some kind of reverence. Bears are always drawn with no eyes and are primarily drawn in red with ochre. There are also the white engravings. Bison, horse, mammoth, ibex, and owl are notable animals engraved in white. And the way they made these is by going in with tools or possibly even their fingers, and because limestone is so soft, they were able to engrave some pretty complex pictures. A really significant famous panel of the Chauvet is the panel of horses. This panel was made by scratching off the surface of the limestone so that they had a blank canvas and then drawing over that with charcoal. It's one of my favorite panels because I think it just looks really neat from a technical standpoint. Another animal that you'll see a lot in the Chauvet is the lion. In a remote part of the cave lies the one and only human figure in the entirety of the collection. The Chauvet Cave is home to hundreds of paintings, but only one of them is of a person. This piece is called The Venus and the Sorcerer. The lower half of a human female is presented, but she is merged with a lion and a bison. Human and animal features being depicted combined was not rare. In fact, it was something you saw quite a bit of in this time period. The Chauvet Cave was rediscovered in 1994 by cavers. Up until that point, it had been sealed shut for thousands of years. After it was found, it was immediately closed off to the public and is still closed off to this day, which is probably the reason why a lot of the art and artifacts inside are still in such good condition. Something I thought was really cool was that a replica was made that is open to the public. It's a great way for people to experience what the Chauvet is like without causing any damage to the actual art that's thousands of years old. The Chauvet Cave is extremely historically significant, as it is home to some of the oldest and best kept cave art ever found. The art inside obviously had lots of work and love put into it, and it has even been referred to as masterworks of the ancient world. They show the world as it was 35,000 years ago, and the change of culture from generation to generation that made their home in this cave. And for that, I think the Chauvet Cave is pretty cool.